Hello and welcome back to Rage Gaming and more Pokémon Z-A. Today we're talking starters of the game, of which there's many to hunt down. Thankfully we can get all three of the original three partners, and even the Kalos and Kanto Starters too. And you know, actually most of these can be got during the story, early on even. But a pile of them will require post-game as well, so I will at least mention them for farming that in the post-game. Let's just get into it. Here's an important tip for catching Pokemon in general in this game. So what you want to do, as you've done in Pokemon games forever, is weaken them and then start to try to capture them. And this way you can successfully try to capture them like normal. Why do I say that? Well, it's because if you actually basically fully defeat a Pokemon in this game, they have this special dazed effect. You see it right there. And during that time, you can throw a Pokeball and go for a capture. So you might imagine that's a great way to do it, right? Well, if you're farming a Pokemon and trying to capture it, that's actually a really risky thing to do. The reason for that is because it's dazed, and then when you throw that Pokeball, you get one chance, and if it's failure, that Pokemon is gone after that. So one chance, and then it fails, you're going to regret it. That's why it's better to do the thing that we've always been doing in Pokemon games, lowering it to low health, and then going for the capture, because you can keep trying over and over, and it won't backfire on you. Another detail, you're going to be doing a lot of stuff to progress your rank in this video. You can see at the top left with the UI, we actually have almost no time of night left as we're running out. So if you're farming up your points and trying to do the rank up, you might be upset and having to wait the whole day again. But fortunately, there's two methods to avoid that. Fortunately, all around the place, especially at Pokemon centers, you're going to find benches, which allow you to sit on them and kill some time. This allows you to change it to whatever time it currently is in. So even though night's about to end and I'm about to hit morning, I can sit on a bench and force it to morning right now, or I could sit on this bench a second time and refresh it and go to nighttime. So you can play at whatever time of day you need to or want to, by using the benches. The alternative method to that that's just ever reliable is Hotel Z, because you can fast travel here, of course. Then you can just go back to your room on the second floor, go to your bed and use the bed there. This works as a great alternative, though there's a bit more loading screens in this one. So yeah, those are your options. Right, first up we have the starters of Z-A itself, or Lumiose. Naturally, right at the beginning, you're going to have your initial partner choice. So from there, you'll get one of the three at the very least. Now, unfortunately for these guys, if you want the remaining two, or maybe you're wanting to hunt the shiny versions of them, you will need to wait until the post-game. So they're not going to be available until then. But once you're there, it is easy to target them. Because in the end game, the map will change, and you're going to get access to Area 20, becoming a wild zone. And in this zone, you'll find a bunch of important Pokemon you might be interested in, like these starters. Do note that fire is found at the bottom left, water will be found at the bottom right, and the grass Pokemon at the top right, which is where you'll find the three Lumiose starters. Next then we have the Kalos Starters, and for this I have great news. You can get all three very early into a playthrough, and all three will actually be solid options on the team, especially something like froakie, at least long term. Here's how you get all three of them then. Starting with chespin. You will need to progress the main story far enough to unlock side quests, which basically allows you to meet the detective Emma, and then she unlocks side quests in general, forcing you to do 3. Once that's done, the map kind of opens up a bit more, and then you get the initial side quests. This is when you're able to do these quests. Right, for chespin, you're going to need to do the side quest found near the Rogue Plaza, which is right next to Wild Zone 3, and actually where you'll probably already be in regards to the Emma questline. The side quest is found by the restaurant Luau, and basically you'll find a chespin attacking a taxi outside of that restaurant. Pretty ridiculous. This one's super easy though. To get it, you just have to challenge this chespin 3 times in a fight back to back. Since it's a grass Pokemon, it's going to be weak to fire as a great option. But once you defeat it 3 times, it actually joins you and it's that easy. If you're wanting to find these in the post game though, you can find them in Wild Zone 17. Next we have the fennekin side quest, which is side quest number 8. For this you'll definitely want a water Pokemon or water related attacks at least, because you will need to break up this purple sludge here that otherwise bars your entry to the lower area. So there's your heads up. Anyway, you'll find the side quest in Magenta Sector 2. The side quest is in the center of this location like a little park. By this old lady, you've got an unwell fennekin right there. So if you're looking for it, it's just to the right of Wild Area 7 when you get that unlocked. Anyway, you follow a short side quest that tells you where to go. You go meet a man outside a cafe, and then he tells you to go into the Wild Area 5. This is cut up into 2 sections, the right and left, or west and east side. What you want to do is go into the west side because there's a path that leads into the water or sewer area. But it is blocked by that purple sludge or slime, which requires a water Pokemon or water attack to break. Once you've got that, you can get through and go down and follow the waterway path. This brings you to a grassy area with a bunch of twigs on the ground in the final area. You will need to collect a bunch of them before it finally lets you find a suitable one. Probably all of them. But once you've got it, you can then return to the sick fennekin to heal it with a twig, and then it'll join you. So not too bad. You can also find them in the post game though in Wild Zone 18 if that's what you're looking for. Finally we have Froakie, which is side quest 9. It's found on the east side of the city near the Wild Zone 19 in Sector 8. You've got an NPC that you need to speak with a Froakie standing on scaffolding. And he'll tell you that you need to beat these special courses on scaffolding to unlock the Froakie. There's 3 courses you have to beat. And it's not that complicated. You get like 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 50 seconds on all of them. And the hardest part is just controlling your own damn character. Be aware that you need to roll rather than sprint off a few ledges to make the distance. But you don't need any special Pokemon. You don't need to glide or fly or anything. So you can do this very early on. Once you've done all 3 though, you'll unlock Froakie, which does turn into Greninja, which is a fantastic option. If you're interested in these in the post game, you can find them in Wild Zone 16. Finally, we have the Kanto Starters to cover, that's Squirtle, Charmander and Bulbasaur. For these guys, you just need to make enough progress in the main story. Like at a certain point, Mabel will call you about side quest 22 and that's what you're looking for. For me, this was during the main mission, right before I took on the trainer to reach V rank. That was also the case for Josh, in the exact same moment. The only reason I'm saying it like that is because online I've seen claims that it's about being a certain research rank, or actually a specific Z-A rank. I wasn't research rank 10 plus, so I was quite low, and I certainly wasn't Z-A rank F or higher, like I've also seen claimed. In fact, I was only Z-A rank W almost V, so not far into the game at all. And again, without any special requirements, like I've since suggested. So ultimately, progress the main story, Mabel will contact you for side quest 22, and when she does, that's what you're looking for. And it's very likely it'll be during the main mission that gets you to V rank. The mission itself is very simple. Just go meet her at the lab in her main office, and there you're going to see the 3 Kanto options just sat there. Now be warned, while you are offered one right now, it is indeed what it looks like. You only get to pick one. It is not until the post game that you can go collect the other 2 or farm them or whatever. So choose wisely. We'll have a segment on that in a moment. But if you do want to know about the post game method for this, again, this will be found in the center area of Wild Zone 20 when you get that open. And again for that, you find your fire Pokemon at the bottom left, you find your water Pokemon at the bottom right, and your grass Pokemon at the top right. So that's where you go look for them. Lastly, a quick word on Mega Stones that you might want for these starter Pokemon long term. While you can get some of those through the story, one fantastic source will be the Stone Emporium, which you can see here is at the south of the city, near Wild Area 1 actually. Initially, this is going to be a source of your evolution stones, but when you progress the game, get to post game, you're going to have more access to these. So for Mega Stones for your starter Pokemon, but be warned, they're going to be about 100,000 each, so it's not cheap, but it is an option. Finally for the video, a quick word on your early to mid-game team suggestion. To keep it simple, the starters are all fantastic. Because of their base stats and options, they're always going to be good, and while you definitely want the ideal proper team later on, for initially early and mid-game, playing the story even, it's a good strong setup to sort of pull out the box immediately. And since this video is just showing you how to get 5 starter Pokemon, which yes, does mean you'll have 2 Pokemon of the same type in that concept, it will be a solid option, and you'll quickly replace the 2 that you least like of the overlapping types anyway. But keep in mind that something like Charmander is going to become Charizard, which has its 2 Mega Evolutions, X and Y, which are both fantastic. And then you have something like Froakie, which becomes Greninja, which is a particularly good one too. So that's a strong start to lead into a couple potent choices for the team. For my starter, I went with Chickorita, so that's going to be my grass sort of slot long term. But if you wanted to go for chespin, which will become a relevant option of chestnaught, then that's fine too. But you know, the goal is a nice core at least of a fire, water and grass Pokemon that you're very happy with. Then you work in your other great options around that longer term. But yeah, for now, that's a quick overview of the starters and all of their locations and stuff you might want to know about them. I hope that was useful, and if it was, do drop a like, and we'll be back with more useful videos coming at you very soon. For now then, thanks for watching, see you in the next one.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.